more than 25 years, that theme means one thing. It's time for a Hall of Shame. Sportsmen and women in Michigan are anticipating the opening of yet another hunting season, but some locals are still waiting for their trophies from last season and the season before.
And they say on Allen Park, taxidermist is holding their animals and deposits. Problem solver Rob Wolchek is back on this guy's trail. Rob.
Rupe and Taryn, when these hunters tell this guy to stuff it, they mean finish the taxidermy job I paid you to do. When I say stuff it to this guy, I mean something else. Taxidermist Jason Clark appears to be passing the buck again.
What do you want to know?
Okay, who's Frank Potter? Jason's passing the buck, the doe, the turkey, the coyote.
I can't believe he's not behind bars.
You'd think after my story about his tardy taxidermy work, he'd get his ducks in a row. Instead, his goose is still cooked.
I'm at about $2,500 I paid him for the stuff he has.
Jason thought he'd outfox me, but I'm not giving up the hunt. I wish you'd stop messing up. Don't run me over. Last winter, I told you about Jason Clark, a taxidermist who runs his business from his Allen Park home and advertises work on Facebook.
I think he's just scamming people.
A bunch of hunters handed over their skins to Jason, paid him down payments, and waited years to get him to mount their animals.
I still don't even know if my deer's done. I don't know if he has my deer, but he sure has my money.
Kyle dropped off a buck he'd bagged in 2021 along with $750 to mount the animal. Matthew waited even longer.
I took him 2 Russian boars in 2018, August of 2018, and then 2019 I dropped one of my dad's deer off to him. It's been nothing but a run around. Every time you call him, he doesn't answer, or he'll have some other excuse to tell you.
Some of the hunters went to Jay's house, and even though it looked like he was home, no one answered. I went by Jason's house / business a dozen times. No luck. Some of the hunters sued Jason, but every time I went to court, Jason was a no-show. Finally, the tricky taxidermist called me. I don't believe you have the deers done. I don't believe you have these animals done because I don't...
What do you mean you don't believe me? I haven't done it.
I don't believe it because you are not delivering it to these people rather than...
Listen, Rob, why would I let somebody that's hostile and threaten me back to my house?
You can meet them down at the police station. You live a block from the police station.
I'm not going to meet someone at the police station at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, buddy.
Why?
Because why would I? It's 9 o'clock at night. It's dark.
Regardless of Jay's fear of the dark, he did agree to meet me a few mornings later so I could pick up one of the supposedly finished deer. But instead, I got a taste of what his customers are going through, a last-minute text calling it off. After my story, Jason Clark got the message. Kyle got his deer back, and slowly, other hunters featured in my first story started getting their trophies as well. But then about 2 weeks ago, I started getting fresh emails. People telling me Jason Clark was up to the same old shenanigans.
I called him. I said, he's like, oh, no, I got you, man. We're cool. Everybody else is bashing me. You're being cool about it. I go, yeah, it's been like 3 years.
Bart says Jason has several skins and more than $2,000 of his money. He's blocked Bart and taken down his Facebook page. Bart hasn't heard from Jason in 6 months.
I cannot get in contact with him at all.
Frank's a big-time hunter. He says Jason has more than $3,000 of his money and several animals he harvested. What do you think of Jason?
I thought he was a pretty good guy. But now it's like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to think now.
Craig says Jason took more than just a turkey he brought him in 2021 and the $400 deposit. He took
that ability to, show friends and show your family and tell the story again. And that's really what he stole from not only me, it sounds like, but from a lot of other people.
And Jason's racking up small claims lawsuits again. But at least now he's showing up to court. An hour later, out comes the defendant, Jay the taxidermist. Why are you in court today?
You give their stuff back to him?
That's not what happened. Before Jay came out, I talked to Mike Wasner, one of the guys suing Jason. The judge ruled in Mike's favor and ordered Jason to pay him back. How much money did you give him?
$2,100.
$2,100. And so now you have a judgment for
$1,901.
$1,901. And that was just awarded today?
Yes.
And you think you're going to get it?
We'll find out, or we'll be back in court.
Now back to the bad guy. What's going on, man? All of a sudden I'm hearing you're doing the same old thing. You're messing up again.
I'm not messing up. They're getting the stuff back. I'm working 2 jobs.
2 jobs? He hasn't even finished up his 1 job, being a taxidermist. Why are these guys taking you to court again? I thought we settled all this in the winter.
These are guys that, follow your page.
Well, I've heard from more people, too. Are you going to pay him back?
Hey, who back?
This guy, didn't you just get a judgment?
What do you want to know?
Okay, who's Frank Potter? Who's Frank Potter?
Frank Potter.
That's another guy that I talked to. He called me the other day, last week.
Yeah, Chad West, we just dealt with him. We talked about it.
Okay, what about Craig Rathlin? That's a dude with the turkeys. Why is this guy contacting me then?
Who knows? Maybe it's just a scam. What's bull crap, maybe?
Bull crap? More like bullseye. Jay, you're in the Hall of Shame. So one of the new lawsuits ended with a judgment against Jason Clark. The other, the judge is giving Jason more time to complete the job. They're back in court next month. Also in court with Clark next month, some of the guys from my first story who say Jason gave them some of their completed trophies, but not all of them. Rupert Taryn?
Well, so you keep talking about getting these text messages and your phone keeps ringing. There are more victims out there?
Well, as a matter of fact, just tonight I was sitting at dinner and I was looking at my cell phone and I was contacting some of the other people in my phone, taxidermy victim, and there's a lot of these guys that haven't gotten their stuff. After I did the story, he got some of the guys in the story satisfied, so I thought, okay, well, I'm done with that guy. A good deed done. And then all of a sudden, just in the last few weeks, I'm hearing from more and more people. And then tonight, I'm hearing from even more people. So I don't know. There's got to be 7, 8, 9, 10 people that still don't have their stuff. And these people really care about this. It's a real big deal. It's like Taryn with her deer there.
Yeah. And this
this is quite a prop.
Better days, by the
but
way.
it is tough for these people because they do spend a good amount of money, and you can't take them to small claims court. It costs more money to try to get your own money back, and lawsuits sometimes that takes a lot as well.
Well, it takes some money, but for the hunters, they are very attached to these animals and they want their trophies. It's a big deal to them.
And this is
yours.
No, I would like it.
Oh, you want this?
Yeah,
okay,
I think I want to put that on
you
my
can
desk.
have you can have it, Taryn.
All joking aside, we hope that people get what they need.
Me too. I like
Thank
right
you
here.
so much.
All right.